What's good, Hoops Horizon family? Today we gotta have a real conversation, one that a lot of people might not want to hear but definitely need to, because after what we just saw from Lauren Betts, I think we can officially say it. She just showed why she's not the #1 pick in the NBA draft. Now don't get me wrong, Lauren Betts is talented. She's got the height, the college resume, the rim protection, and the name recognition. But last night, she exposed every single weakness that scouts have been trying to ignore for the past year. And if any team takes her top 3, top 2, or, God forbid, #1 overall, they're about to make a huge mistake. Let's talk about what actually happened on the court. Lauren Betts went head-to-head with Reagan Beers, and man, it was ugly. 7 turnovers. 7. That's not just an off night, that's a red flag, especially for someone being labeled as a potential #1 pick. And I get it. Some fans were saying, oh, she was getting double-teamed, triple-teamed, but come on now, what game were they watching? She wasn't facing a defensive wall, she was just getting stripped cleanly because she brought the ball too low and didn't adjust. That's basic post fundamentals. Sure, Lauren Betts blocked a lot of shots, I'll give her that. Defensively, she showed flashes of what she can do as a rim protector, but in today's game, that's not enough. If you're a big who can't stretch the floor, can't pass efficiently out of the post, and can't handle double teams, you become a liability, not an asset. She seals well in the post, her mid-range jumper has improved a bit, but let's be honest, that's not what teams want from a #1 overall pick in 2025. And when you look around the modern WNBA, with players like Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Angel Reese, and Aliyah Boston, it's where Skans bigger done, on Nicolette Birdie, Wood Dinson Mon, Cotton, on Weinberg, Nadine Spurs, on Bakidere words. This league is moving away from slow, traditional centers. The game is faster, more skilled, and way more versatile. When you watch Lauren Betts, you can't help but see shades of players like Tiara McCowan or Kalani Brown, dominant in college, but once they reached the pros, the athleticism gap became massive. Now, don't twist this. Those players are still good basketball players. But they didn't become stars. They became situational pieces, bench players, and that's where Betts looks like she's headed. Camila Cardoso. She's better, no question. She's more athletic, more fluid, and has a better feel for the pace of the pro game. That's what makes Betts' situation even more concerning. She's not the next big thing. She's the next outdated archetype. And the sad part, teams are still acting like it's 2010, building mock drafts that put her at #1 because of size and rim protection. Size and rim protection are nice. But when you're too slow to switch on a pick and roll, when you're getting cooked by smaller, faster players on the perimeter, you become a mismatch nightmare for your own team. Let's talk about those mock drafts for a second. Bleacher Report literally had Lauren Betts as the #1 overall pick last week. #1. Their justification? Elite size paired with rare mobility and power. Rare mobility? What are they watching? Because the tape tells a different story. She's not mobile. She's not a floor spacer. And if she's struggling against Reagan Beers in college, what's she going to do when she has to guard a post-up from Aja Wilson, or a pick-and-roll with Sabrina Ionescu and Jonquel Jones? That's going to be ugly. If a franchise wastes their top pick on her, they'll regret it in less than a season. It'll be like drafting Hashim Thabit back in 2009 or Thomas Robinson in 2012, talented college players who didn't translate to the pros, because the league had already evolved. Now, if Lauren Betts isn't the top pick, who should it be? The conversation really comes down to Awafam, or maybe even trading the pick for a proven star like Angel Reese. Awafam might have some aggression issues. She's young, she's raw, she's emotional, but she's only 19. You can work with that, you can coach that. What you can't coach is mobility, quickness, and instinct, things that Betts just doesn't naturally have. If a team took Awafam at #1, they'd be betting on upside. If they traded that pick for Angel Reese, they'd be betting on a guaranteed all-star. Either way, that's a smarter play than gambling on Betts' outdated game. Here's the thing that nobody wants to admit. Lauren Betts represents a dying breed of basketball player. The league no longer has space for slow, immobile post players who clog the paint and can't defend in space. The modern WNBA demands versatility. You've got to be able to switch on defense, stretch the floor on offense, and make quick reads under pressure. Even legends like Brittany Greener have had to adapt, adding more range, more passing, more mobility. So if Betts can't do that, what's her long-term role? A backup center, a second-unit rim protector, maybe, but not a cornerstone player, not a franchise face. And if Tiara McCowan Archetype, who was once seen as a can't-miss prospect, is struggling to find her place in the league. What makes us think Betts will be different? Scouts and analysts sometimes fall in love with size instead of skill. They see a 6'7" player with a strong frame and think, that's the future. But basketball isn't about height anymore. It's about versatility. Lauren Betts is still being hyped up on mock drafts because of what she looks like on paper, not what she does on film. And that's dangerous. That's how you end up wasting a top pick on someone who doesn't fit your system, doesn't impact winning, and gets exposed once the competition gets tougher. Now, this doesn't mean Lauren Betts won't have a career. She'll play, she'll get minutes. She might even have a solid rookie year, depending on where she lands. But when you're drafted number 1 overall, expectations are different. You're supposed to be the face of the franchise, not just a piece of the rotation. And I just don't see that happening with Betts. The pace of the modern WNBA, the spacing, the physicality, the pick-and-roll game. It's going to expose her weaknesses over and over again. She'll need to completely reinvent her game to survive long-term. That means developing a reliable 15-foot jumper, getting quicker laterally, and learning to make faster reads out of the post. So yeah, after that performance against Reagan Beers, I think we've seen enough. Alright folks, let's talk about Lauren Betts. I mean, she's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, but she's just not built for the modern game. She's a good college big, maybe even a great one, but she's not a number 1 overall pick. And if teams like the Wings or the Mavs, whoever's sitting at the top of that draft board, decide to take her, they're going to regret it fast. Because, well, the league has moved on. The WNBA today is all about versatility, pace, and adaptability. If you can't switch on defense or stretch the floor on offense, you're going to get left behind. And that's exactly what's happening to players of her archetype. Tiara McCowan, Camila Cardoso, Brittany Griner. Even they've had to evolve or risk being exposed. So, as much as the media might try to sell the idea of Lauren Betts as a top pick, the film doesn't lie. The game doesn't lie. If you watched that matchup with Reagan Beers, you saw the truth. She's not dominant enough, she's not mobile enough, and she's not ready to carry a franchise. But that's just my take. Hoops Horizon family. What do you think? Is Lauren Betts still worthy of being a top pick, or is the hype train finally running off the rails? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you agree, and make sure you're subscribed, because we've got more deep dives, reactions, and draft breakdowns coming your way. This is Hoops Horizon, where the game meets the truth, and today, that truth is simple. Lauren Betts just showed us exactly why she's not the number 1